This is Aussie Mac Zone. We'll cover everything Apple, including Macs, iPhones, iPads, and more. All this from an Aussie perspective. Sit back, relax, and insert yourself into the zone. The Aussie Mac Zone.
Hello everybody, welcome to 152 Aussie Mac Zone. And lucky enough to have Garth again, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, Michael. How are you?
Good, thanks, mate. And,
I don't know. You were always going on about lucky enough to. I don't know. I think one day you'll wake up and realise that you were not. If you'd truly been lucky, you would have had someone else there. But you know, that's
No.
We'll go with
that
it for
bad.
We'll go with it for now.
Yeah, don't forget athwebhosting.com.au. Australian servers, domain registration, free setup, auto setup 24/7, 24/7 ticket support, and friendly help when needed. So,
What's happening this week, or what has been happening this week, Michael? Tell us all about it.
well, we had Apple's financials, and I'm sure everyone's heard about that. So they're doing all right.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the funny one. Just a quick thing. We don't want to cover that because it's been covered to death. But it is funny, isn't it? How on the sort of when they announce really good results, their stock price goes down, and when they announce, these are not such a good results, the stock price goes up.
Hey, work that out, mate. Work that out.
I don't know. We'll go with it if that's what they want. Then fine.
Yes, yeah. They're supposedly smarter than us. Well,
Exactly. Exactly. We'll keep telling ourselves that and believe it.
yes, yeah. They got our money. Please be smarter than us. So speaking of money, Australian banks challenge Apple over mobile payment app restrictions. 3 of Australia's biggest banks have lodged a joint application with antitrust regulators to negotiate with Apple over gaining access to the NFC-based mobile payment hardware in its smartphone. Commonwealth, National, and Westpac have so far resisted signing deals to use the company's Apple Pay mobile payment system because they want their customers to be able to use digital wallets that they have already financed and developed. However, none of the banks want to be accused of violating anti-competition law by negotiating deals, which is where the application comes in. If the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission lets the banks collectively negotiate with Apple under the terms of the application, it would enable them to undertake a limited form of boycott in which they would all agree not to negotiate with Apple individually while the talks take place. Apple currently only allows its own mobile payment system to access the NFC hardware in its phone devices, which banks argue is an anti-competitive restriction that hampers consumers' choice. So we'll have a link to that full page. I know that's a bit of rambling, but that's just why it's taken so long and why right now I still believe the ANZ is the best place to be.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that one. That's I think I need to look into that a bit more before I make too much of a comment on there. But just on the face of it, saying that we think we should be able to use that bit of hardware to securely ID seems like they're barking up the wrong tree. It sounds much more like collusion to boycott and
yeah.
I don't know.
So we're not financial experts, but just
No.
be aware that's why it's taking so long.
Yes. Well, nothing's stopping them from using applications or doing whatever they can. They can do whatever they like. They just,
why
it's
can't we
Apple's
have
hardware.
both?
Yeah, it's Apple's hardware, and
Why can't we have both?
Absolutely.
So just a reminder: there's 2 by $20 iTunes or Apple gift card winners will be chosen randomly from the iTunes reviews showing by Sunday, August 7th. So we've still got a week to go. So just please get in, give a review, and go for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now here's one that I like, and this came out interestingly after the day after the financial results. You could have done it during the financial results, but Tim Cook went to see the staff and discussed it with the staff and said, thanks for helping us get this far. So Apple didn't. They got to their 1 billionth iPhone, to selling their 1 billionth iPhone, which is so Apple didn't just sell 1 billion iPhones; it created the most popular product ever. So, Simcoe's Horace DeJew has a great slant on news that Apple recently sold its billionth iPhone. He points out that not only does this make it the best-selling phone of all time, it actually long ago became the best-selling product ever. The iPhone is not only the best-selling mobile phone, but also the best-selling music player, the best-selling camera, the best-selling video screen, the best-selling computer of all time. It's quite simply the best-selling product of all time. So just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about and rambling on about here. So the best car model, the VW Beetle, which was 21.5 million. The car brand, and I'm not quite sure the difference here, but Toyota Corolla, they had 43 million. The music album, Thriller, was 70 million.
Oh, really?
Now,
okay.
This is under vehicle, which is a Honda Super Cub. It was 87 million. Book title, Lord of the Rings, 150 million. Rubik's Cube, 350 million, and still going strong.
See, all of those things that you've read out so far, right, have been massive. I think they'd be way up there. And most of them were under 100, so less than 10% of where we are with the iPhone.
Yeah, yep.
We finally got one Rubik's Cube above the 10% mark, like the 35% off.
Yep. Games consoles was PlayStation. It had 382 million. Now, the Harry Potter book series, that was 450 million.
Okay, are we talking individual books or the whole series?
No, I think that's the whole series. Yeah, because the individual book was Lord of the Rings.
Ah, yes.
So the whole series Harry Potter, which is still going, 450 million. And the iPhone, 1 billion. And
Twice, more than twice.
Yeah, and it's... So the iPhone's 9 years old?
Yes.
Near enough.
Near enough.
And it was only just a little over 2 years ago that they were talking about 500 million. So they've sold another 500 million in 2 years.
Far out.
So we got no idea, like, numbers, you know.
I know. It's kind of boggling, isn't it? Very much so, in fact. That's just crazy. Yeah.
That's just...
Oh, we're just one of the sheep, Michael.
And it's just like they had the write down as well, which we still don't know fully exactly what how they wrote that products or what they did, but they had a write down in there as well. So, so here's the one that you've got the most interest in at the moment, I think, Garth. So, Facebook is giving a boost to Apple's secret smash hit. Back in 2014, Apple introduced Swift, a new programming language for iPhone and Mac apps that it built as faster, more elegant and easier to learn than anything else out there. Since then, Swift has grown into a behind-the-scenes phenomenon in the world of software development. Lyft rewrote its entire iPhone app to run in Swift, and companies like LinkedIn and Facebook are exploring using it for new apps. Now, Facebook is joining the party with the beta introduction of the Facebook SDK for Swift, a new set of tools for adding stuff like Facebook login and the share to Facebook button into apps written in the Swift programming language. And because Facebook loves giving software away for free, the source code for the Facebook SDK for Swift is available as open source for anybody, anywhere to download and tinker it with their liking. So how's that sound, my friend?
Okay. No, well, see, when I was saying I had interest in it, I was like, oh, wow, that sounds interesting. I wonder what it was. So there you go. That's what it is. So, I don't know.
So
I guess
this makes it easier for everyone.
Apple have really banked on Swift, haven't they? Making it open source. And there's about to be huge changes to the language as well, isn't there? With version 3 coming out.
Version 3, yeah. Even my... I got a message the other day from my training company that I've subscribed to learn how to program in Swift, and yeah, straight away they said you can either keep going on Swift 2 or you can just go back, and depends how confident you are. You can start from Swift 3 today, or you can go back and start from the beginning in Swift 3. It's up to you.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of the code that was done in Swift 2 isn't going to work in Swift. You need to, a lot of stuff will be...
Just tidy it up a bit, yeah.
Yeah. Redone.
Yeah, tidy it up a bit. So I wonder if that, when they bring out the AMD Max...
What?
So, yeah, it'll be less tidying up, or...
The AMD Mac? It's heresy, come on.
Well, they're still having hassles with
maybe.
Intel, I think, getting Intel's product out on time. So.
Oh, will they go from Intel to AMD then? They'll go to ARM, surely.
Oh, ARM, sorry. That's what I meant to say. They all start with A.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
ARM,
That's
ARM.
not heresy. That's
That's gadget, isn't it?
It's potentially inevitable. If potentially inevitable is a thing, that is.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens, won't it?
Yeah.
So, also another reminder about the Aussie Mac Zone group on Facebook. Join the group in preparation. Just join the group, not in preparation. Just join the group.
Yeah, that's all text there. So it's And so, what is it, Michael? $50 for one random new.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about that in a little while.
Okay, that's another. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's further down the page.
Okay. Sorry, I haven't got the run sheet.
No, I know, because I only produced it. Like, I'm still typing it as we're going at the moment.
And that's why you got all these great stories. I haven't even heard them. I'm just sitting and listening. Oh, that's a good story. Yeah. Okay.
Just to keep you interested.
Thanks, Michael. Yeah. I'll sit here and listen to you tell me all the stories. It's good.
That's what I'm getting paid the big bucks for, my friend.
Absolutely. All those smiles.
iBooks launches official Instagram account. New Harry Potter book now available in the iBook store. So, Apple continues to experiment in the social media space to promote its businesses and products. In this vein, iBooks has launched its own official Instagram account this weekend. Apple is using the photo-centric social network to share book artwork, quotes, min reviews, and more. Interestingly, none of the posts so far feature call to action links where users can directly purchase the promoted novels for iBooks itself. It appears to be using a more subtle marketing approach, raising awareness of books which users can then look up and buy from the iBook store if they choose. So
that's interesting, actually, isn't it? That they have chosen to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the logical thing would be, you stick a link in there to take you straight to the book and go, oh, yeah, there's the new Harry Potter, cool. And click that link and I've got it. You mean you're making me do work and go and look for it myself? No, but it's I thought that's quite an interesting side. Yeah. Why do you think they've done that?
Because no one else is allowed to have links that sell stuff in Apple's site. Maybe they're just worried about it seen as a bit of, backward marketing or whatever. So
anyone can put a link to something they're selling there, though.
Yeah, you'd think so.
You're within an app.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's they're just maybe trying to be extra respectful or something. I don't know. It's interesting.
What was another one that was brought up this week was we haven't heard a lot to do with the Spotify.
No, that's sort of gone under the ground, hasn't it?
Yes. But the app still hasn't been updated, so they're obviously still arguing about it, I think.
Yeah.
So. Or maybe Spotify thinks it's better off leaving the app that's in there now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still got the illegal stuff in it, so we'll just leave it in there.
Getting away with it, yeah.
Yeah. Another little story we have is jailbreakers who used the new Pengu tool report unauthorized access to credit, debit, PayPal and social accounts. There's been a lot of pent-up anticipation for the iOS 9.3.3 jailbreak, and Pengu, the Chinese security researchers behind the latest tool, have answered the call. Unfortunately, it appears that some jailbreakers have had various accounts compromised after jailbreaking, and several users of the popular subreddit jailbreak have corroborated these claims. To be fair, it is possible that these reported breaches are just a big coincidence, or that the compromise occurred after the tool left Pangu's hands for distribution. Whatever the reason, however, it highlights one of the potential risks involving jailbreaking.
It does, doesn't it? That's
Yes.
the bottom line. No one's sort of blaming Pangu themselves for this, but it just underlines the inherent non-safety of doing it these days,
Yes,
or ever really.
Yeah.
Just that, once upon a time, the risk was maybe more worth it than it is now. I don't know that there's much compelling left for jailbreaking these days. What's the compelling benefit for doing it? Most of the tweaks you hear about that you can get with a jailbreaker, I don't know, tweaks and not necessarily that wonderful. Yeah.
So, another one, I'll come back to that one. An Australian startup creates the world's first AI-powered business advisor. So, from face recognition to virtual personal assistants and robots, AI has seen huge advancements and unprecedented applications in the past few years. Thanks to recent significant developments in algorithm-based deep learning. But while it's more common to accept that a machine could help you with a mundane task, would you take serious business advice from an AI-powered consultant? So if you're willing to embrace this concept, then look no further than BRIN, a Sydney-based company whose founder, Dale Beaumont, claims it to be the world's first AI-powered personal business advisor application. Referring to the mobile application as She, the site describes Brin as a smart, interactive, and holding the answer to almost every problem faced by small business owners around the world. So I'll have a link to that for you. Do we trust it? Yeah.
Once again, another. Trust it in what respect? Trust it to have the right answer? I don't know. I don't.
At least.
What sort of stuff are we talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know fully yet, but a lot of people go to a lot of networking groups to talk, ask questions and that sort of thing. And I think if you take that on as just as another bit of information, it must help.
I guess, yeah.
And
well, yeah, more information is nearly always a good thing.
That's right.
As long as you can sort of validate the accuracy of the information or the authenticity of it, whatever.
Yeah.
So with a thing like this, I don't know. It's once again, there's like a lot of the stories tonight. It's like, scratch my head a bit and think about that. I don't know.
Like if you walk into a bank and say blah 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 to your bank, and they give you an answer, you've either got to trust them 100%, or accept that they're trying to sell you or upsell you, or take it on and then go and talk to a financial advisor, and then go and talk to an insurance salesman or whatever. Yeah, ask your accountant. That's way up the different answers.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So this is just reinforcing what you were talking about previously. Another reminder is the $50 iTunes or Apple gift card winner will be chosen randomly from our Facebook group that have retweeted the @AussieMacZone tweet that is floating around. So please get in, do it, because I want to give money away. I can't wait.
I don't understand it myself, but
Yeah. So don't forget to also promote Aussie Tech Radio, AussieTechRadio.com, and our Aussie Tech Security podcast, and the Aussie Tech Heads podcast, and all lots of fun. They're just the Aussie Tech Radio's got them all in there, so just get on and keep listening.
Yeah, just set it on play and let it go.
Yes.
Could hear about just about anything.
You can, and it's good. iOS 10 hints. I've got a couple of little.
Yeah.
Just when sending a web address in iOS 10 Messenger, it sends the page info in the link. So when I sent an Apple page, it sent the address and the favicon for that page. But then I sent my web page address, and it sent the page title. So if you're looking at the page at the top of a web page, it actually got a title for each page, and that's the one that it actually sent when I sent my home page.
Okay.
So yeah, lots
that's
of more information.
The rich links.
Yeah.
I think isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that in a few places across iOS 10.
Mm-hmm. So you've got
one little tip that is fine for iOS 9 and probably even before, but just with iBooks, well, with pictures, I don't know, a lot of people, and my wife being one of them, will find some recipes and go, oh, I like that recipe. Look at a whole book and think, oh, really, this is the only recipe I really want. Take a photo, and over time you get a collection of all the different photos of recipes in your pictures, and you're always going through them trying to find where that recipe was. Create an iBook. So out of photos in your photo roll, you can go in, select all the photos you want to add into a particular book, go into the share icon and create a PDF and add to iBooks. Then you can happily delete them from your camera roll, and you've got an iBook with all those recipes or whatever it is. Maybe a contract you want to take some pictures of and just, turn it into a book, get them out of your photo library and into a PDF.
Absolutely. It's a good idea. And it makes it easier to share with the rest of the family too. Like if you got, here's Grandma's book, here's Grandma's recipe
Grandma's
book.
recipes. Yep.
Yeah. And give it to all the grandkids, or all the great grandkids. Or
when at first I thought, I better go and find an app that we can do this with, and suddenly realised, you don't even need an app. It's just built right in there in iOS.
Yes, it is. I bought what's their name? Tidbits and Take Control. Yeah. So I bought a Take Control book last week, which I haven't got in and read, but it's just on Apple's preview app, and it's pages and pages and pages of what you can do, and you don't even think about it, but you can use it for so much stuff. And
let me give you one little tip that I love with preview.
Yeah.
You go to any file, any folder. I particularly use it with audio. So you've got a whole heap of songs and you all in a folder, and just preview on one of them. So, focus on one, hit the spacebar, so it brings up preview, it starts playing that song.
Yep.
Then you can just arrow down through all the different ones and you'll start playing each one in turn. So for quickly finding a piece of audio or, same thing works, I think, with text documents, anything like that.
Yeah.
When you're in a folder and start previewing one, you can just arrow up and down through the rest of them in there.
Just like that.
Just like that. And I was trying to find a way to do it on Windows, and I just can't find it. You can't preview audio that easily on Windows.
No. I always knew Macs were better. Just another reason.
There's lots of things you can't do that easily on Windows. But that's just one of them.
Like starting the machine. Another one is Apple Maps. So I noticed. So I live near a hospital, right? So I've got lots and lots of doctors' rooms around me, and physiotherapists, and all that sort of stuff around me. And I noticed yesterday that there's a lot more information, and it's in iOS 9 and iOS 10. So when I was driving down the street, I noticed all these pink icons, and then when I stopped and actually had a look, it told me that there's Dr. So-and-so, and there's another Dr. So-and-so, and I certainly they weren't there 3 weeks ago, so yeah, just a lot more information out there.
Yeah, I had no. So they weren't Pokemons. I thought when you said there's lots of pink things on icons there, I thought there might have been Pokemon dots or something.
So,
But no, they were.
nah.
Doctor said, okay.
So yeah, that's just an example. Yeah.
And another quick little tip for you.
Yeah.
Keychain. So you're in, I think everyone, a lot of people who use a Mac know that you can go into Keychain and grab your passwords on your Mac.
Yes.
But if you use Keychain on your iPhone, you can also do the same thing. So into settings, into Safari and passwords, you'll get a little Touch ID because your passwords are protected with Touch ID.
Yeah.
And that will let you into view all the saved credentials that you have in Safari, the app. So you don't do it in the actual app Safari. You go into your settings. And from there you can go and copy out your passwords.
That's the exact reason that I put up with you all this time, is for those sorts of hints, because I was thinking about how I was trying to do it on my phone the other day and I couldn't think how to get in there. And you've just answered my question. So now you know why I put up with you.
No, I think I heard a little while ago, Leo Laporte or somebody, I think it was Leo, saying, it's fine to use Keychain, but if you can't get your passwords back on iOS. I'm like, yes, you can.
See,
and that's where it is. Yeah.
So just another reminder that we've got a $50 gift card. Winner will be chosen at random from all the members of our Facebook group. So yeah, please get in, join our Facebook group. Don't have to do anything else but join the group. And you've just got to ask to become a member. And it's not so we can send you stuff. It's just so we can keep trolls out. That's the only reason we have a membership.
Just keep, and also just to get to know the people who are listening.
That's right. Yeah. We've had.
If you wanna.
You just reminded me. Geez, you're good, mate. You just reminded me again also that one of our listeners sent us a photo that he took in Paris last week and was boasting about it to me. So that's just an example of the type of people that we're lucky enough to have there. We've got international listeners, Fantastic. Australian listeners. Get into it.
I had someone say to me, I was going to do that, but I thought, probably don't need a $50 gift voucher to the Australian iTunes store because they're someone from the US.
We can work it out. We'll work it out for them. What else did I have? There was another story this week. You reminded me of too. No, if I think of it, that's right. I've put up a couple of reviews in the web page. I've got all the reviews are up to date now at aussiemaczone.com.au, and also on the Facebook group. I've put some reviews up there. Should have another one shortly. So trying to keep the interest in there as well. The next one will be actually on an Apple Watch stand.
Oh, okay. Have you got a new one? Have you?
I bought one, and
well, you tell us about it later. We won't ruin the surprise.
Photos. Yeah, show photos. There's always photos, and just reports on why I think such as such is good or bad or indifferent or fantastic or so yeah. So all the show notes are on the Facebook group, the YouTube links on the Facebook group, aussiemaczone.com.au. There's show notes on the show notes page, there are reviews on the review page. So, and I got prompted to actually look at putting that into Apple's News app as well.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too.
Yes.
I'm really, look guys, and that's another, like while we're talking about this sort of stuff, check out News again. If you played with News initially when it came out and you thought, check it out again. I really I'm really digging News lately. Just in your favorites, being able to have not only particular feeds like 9 to 5 Mac or whatever websites you like to follow, but having location-based favorites. Got one for Gold Coast or subject type favorites. Just really pulls in a lot of stuff that you wouldn't see if you just follow your 15 blogs that you like to follow, if you know what I mean. So check it out. I really urge people to check out and use again.
Yeah, and it's I'm just having an issue with mine. I actually reported to Apple because on my iOS 10 iPhone, my news app stopped working for some reason. So I filled in the report. It's a bit of information to send to them. I don't know why. It just opens to a white page and then closes again. And it doesn't matter whether I do it from the app or from the notification. It does the same thing. So
yeah, right. No, I've not seen that behavior. But I'll tell you one thing, actually, while we're talking about feedback.
Yes.
The feedback app. If you use... Did I say this last week? I don't know. I hope I didn't. But anyway, if you use it, turn off wireless mobile data for that app, because some of the data logs that get sent with your feedback are huge.
Yeah.
I burnt through 2 gigabyte data accidentally by submitting a feedback. I had 3 sitting in my outbox and they wouldn't send on the Wi-Fi, on the crappy Wi-Fi. What's going on? And I just was looking at it again while I was on mobile data, and one just disappeared straight up. Uploaded on that Telstra mobile, just went straight up. I get a SMS from Telstra. You've used 2.5 gig of your 5 gigabyte allowance, and it was
one report.
And it was one thing that uploaded. Yeah. So feedback. So settings, cellular. Go down and turn off feedback.
Well done, my friend. So they're important little hints to keep in mind. Yeah.
Yeah. And look, anyone who is running the iOS beta, that's what it's there for. So you can submit those feedbacks.
Yep.
Just don't do it on cellular.
So I've run out of things to say. You've drained it all out of me again. Well done.
You've come up with a whole bunch of stories that were really quite interesting. Thanks, Michael. I didn't know anything about any of them. It was good.
So thank you, mate. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Don't forget to try and win our prizes.
Exactly. iTunes ratings, reviews, always good. The Twitter ones or the Facebook, get into it.
Please.